Welcome back, guys, to another episode of the Tuckered Mama podcast. I'm your host, Sammy Collins. Today's a very special episode because we're continuing my segment of 20 questions with a Tuckered Mama. Today, I have a very special guest, a dear friend of mine, Addie. We will be interviewing her on all of her toddler traveling tips and tricks because she has been known to travel long car rides with toddlers, travel flights with babies, all of the things in between. She's also checked out a lot of areas around Atlanta that are close for vacation spots. So we're going to dig a little deeper into that, ask her some questions, and you probably will find them a lot relatable. All right.
Yay.
Welcome, Addie. How are you?
Good. Thank you. How are you?
I am good. I'm so excited to do this. Let me pull up my questions for you. Right. So first, let's tell everybody a little bit about yourself. You have a 3-year-old.
Yeah. 3.5 and 16 months.
Okay. And the 3.5 is the boy.
3-year-old boy. Yeah. 3.5-year-old boy, Charlie, 16-month-old Georgia. They're both perfect.
They are. They're so
And horrible.
sweet. Little Georgia Peach. If y'all don't know, she's from Georgia and she named her daughter Georgia, and then they call her Peach for her nickname, which is just so perfect. Okay. So now you're located over in Texas, and I miss you very much.
No.
Like,
It's already too hot.
what temperature was it like today?
I don't know. I think it's in the mid
Ooh.
80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But is your
Yeah.
pollen there like as bad as ours? Like my whole car was covered.
It's not the yellow pollen like
Okay.
Atlanta. It's like apparently it's oak tree pollen, which I didn't even know was a situation.
Yeah, I didn't know about all the different pollens, but Lacey is actually allergic to birch pollen, which is found in
Okay.
apples most commonly. That's how we found out about it because every single time she has apples or applesauce or like apple flavored things, even cooked apples, she throws up. And I'm like,
Really?
great. And it took me to
That's
realize
so
like what it
weird.
was. So also birch pollen
Yeah.
is peaches and pears, cherries. So like anything,
I've never
yeah,
heard of that.
it's crazy. We can't like get an actual like confirmation of her allergen until we do blood work, which she hasn't been
Yeah.
for blood work in a while.
Makes sense then.
Yeah. So right now we're just trying to avoid it because I'm tired of cleaning up puke at 2 a.m.
Yeah, absolutely not. That's not for me.
Okay, so let's go over to our questions for everybody because both of us are moms and we've got to wrap this up before dinner. So, what do you think is the hardest part about traveling with toddlers or babies?
Okay, I think just the inconsistent schedule. You're going to be thrown off your schedule, whether it's bedtime, nap time, excessive driving, more driving than they're used to, more play than they're used to, different people than they're used to. I think it just really rocks their system and they're discombobulated and it's more chaotic and that's hard.
Right. I think so too. Yeah, I mean, they're all off their schedule. They can't really, some kids don't even nap that well in the car or definitely not on a plane. So,
Yeah.
adapting to that, yeah, I totally agree. What age do you think is the easiest to travel with?
This is a fun question and I wish I had more time under my belt to answer it because a lot of people say newborns. Um, just because they're sleeping most of the drive or flight or whatever, and they can sleep virtually anywhere. But I really feel like starting at 2.5, it got a lot easier.
Yeah.
Just because he should understand, like, okay, we're going somewhere. This is what we're doing. Why you're waiting. I think 1.5, 1 to 1.5, probably the worst age.
Right. I think so
Because
too.
they have so much energy. They can move around, but they have no, like, idea what's
If
going
you're
on.
on a plane, they don't know, they don't have anywhere to sit because they're not big enough for the seat. And then, like, in the car, they're just like, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Because they don't want to ride any longer. So I think so too. And newborns, like,
Yeah.
I think newborns, some are like Lacey would have been fine traveling like that. Liam, my son, totally different. He did not want to sleep on me. He was not a cuddly baby, still not. So, like, he didn't wanna nap on the go. He was not like that. Lacey was like that. She could nap anywhere. He doesn't. So he's much harder to travel with. We only traveled with him at 4 months for my sister's wedding, but yeah, Lacey was 2 and a
Oh,
half, and she
no.
was totally, like, with it, stayed right next to me, like, I was terrified someone was gonna, talk to her.
And you can bribe a 2.5-year-old, you
Yeah.
know? I love to use bribes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You can't bribe a 4-month-old to stop
No,
crying.
and you can't tell them to stop crying because they don't know what you're talking
No.
about.
Baby.
Okay, question number 3, are you team pack everything or buy it when you get there?
To both worlds. I do both. Hands down. I am a way overpacker because I just like to be prepared for any scenario. I'm a planner. But then I'm also like, I love souvenirs. Um, I probably like don't pack all the snacks, and I pack enough diapers to get there and like definitely with wiggle room. But if it's somewhere with Target and I know I can buy like their creature comfort snacks and their brand of diapers, I don't really stress about that kind of stuff. But like, so I feel like I do
Yeah,
both.
I think
Yeah.
I do too. I think, like, definitely the diapers and the wipes, especially if you're flying, like, save the space, like, don't pack all that crap. But I'm an overpacker. Like, I'll even bring my pregnancy pillow. Like, I need my own comfort. Like, if I'm driving,
You're
that's
still sleeping with
in
your
the car.
pregnancy pillow? And hey, you spent all that money on it. You better get your
Right.
use out of
I
it.
think I'm on my 3rd pregnancy pillow, actually, and Steve used to sleep with my old one because we just got used to sleeping like that. My back hurts if I don't sleep with it now. Like, it's so weird. I don't know. I just never, like, went back to it. Like,
I love
no pregnancy sleeping. Um, yeah.
whatever keeps you comfortable.
Alright, question number 4. What's one item, that you will never travel without now?
Hey, I'm gonna be
Okay,
controversial, but my most helpful tool is the iPad.
okay. I get it.
I started using an iPad because of a road trip. And I was like, before having kids, I was like, they're not watching TV. They're definitely
Yeah,
not getting an iPad, yada, yada, yada. Um, I just really, it's important to me to be able to travel with my kids and go on long car rides. And the destination is more important than like letting them watch a show in the
right.
car.
I
So the iPad is definitely my saving
Right,
grace.
you're just like me, you wanna be with your kids all the time, you're not leaving them at home to go on this, fancy vacation by yourself, they're gonna be part of your lives, that's why you had them,
Exactly.
and, yeah, if it gets you there, it gets you there. I was so against it too. There's this funny video that Steve and I always go back and reference, and it's like this mom, she's sitting at the restaurant table, and she's, like, staring off at these parents with their kids on their iPads like, "Oh my god, can you believe those parents?" And then the next clip is like,
Mhm.
"We're never gonna be like that." And then the next clip's like, passing the TV, passing the Xbox,
No,
passing
literally.
every electronic in their house to their kids at the table because you gotta do what you gotta do.
You do, and I mean, they're stuck in there anyways. It's not like they can be out playing while you're driving in the car. So, I mean, pick your battles, but
Yeah,
the iPad is a
yeah.
staple in my
Lacey
car.
did not watch one bit of TV until 2 months before her 2nd birthday, and now, like, Liam, like, he was, like, 2 months old, and I'm like, Sit, do something, like, watch this." So now Dancing Skeletons from Tee Town
Yeah.
is always on at our
No,
house. Oh my god.
and it's always the worst shows
Yeah,
like that, and I try to do a good job of regulating and making sure that it's age appropriate
yeah,
TV, if that even exists, but yeah, I mean, it is my sanity on the
yeah.
line,
Well, and,
essentially,
like,
I
both of
feel.
us having our kids so close together, like, Lacey, I don't know about Charlie, torments Liam, so I have to keep them separated and keep her
Yeah.
in one, like, in the living room and him in the playroom with both of their separate shows just so that I can, like, get dinner ready on time
R
Like,
right,
so
and breathe, and, like, especially when you have a newborn and a toddler, and that newborn has to nap and feed and all that all day long, you can't also be entertaining your
yeah.
toddler the whole
I
entire
mean,
day. It's just impossible. You can only be in so many things at
right,
once.
and, like, trying to put Liam down for a nap, that's when it really kicked up this past winter with Lacey with her TV. I was like, "Okay, we're getting into this way too much because every time I had to put him down, she would follow me, and I'm like, "No, no, 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 like, that's not gonna work. You guys stay down here and watch your show." I would even lock the, like, dog gate behind her because 'cause I'm like, "You guys stay here. Stay. Don't move." And now I'm just like
It's
so
tough.
I tried to, like, regulate it too. I'm like, "Okay, we're not gonna watch any until Liam goes down for his nap." He's down to 1 nap now, so I'm like, "Okay, in the mornings, we're gonna get out, we're gonna do stuff, we're gonna be outside." Especially with the warm weather now, like, it makes it 10
Yeah,
times easier, but the winter, that was hard. So, yeah,
definitely.
traveling without an iPad, like, you might have to buy one, like, on the way.
Yeah, I've tried, like, the Amazon Fire tablets, and it's just nothing
No.
compares. And we have one of our iPads is, like, 10 years old. It still has, like, the home
Oh, yeah.
button, you
Mine did.
know? And you're like, as long as it can download shows, it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
I just have the Amazon Prime on there, and whatever we buy on TV, you can watch it from anywhere. So and I
Exactly.
purposely, like, didn't get my new car, it's a 2020, but n new to us. I didn't get my new SUV without that movie feature. So now I'm always on the hunt for kids' DVDs because I have the movie player, but we only use it for long
Yeah,
road
it's so
trips.
fun.
So
That's an awesome idea.
okay, let's see. We are on question number 5. What is your go-to airplane activity for keeping your kids entertained?
This is a tricky one. I mean, snacks don't count as an activity, but, like, definitely snacks. Last time I brought a lollipop, and that was a huge mistake because just stickiness everywhere, and they're
Oh
constantly
god.
touching on you, touching on the seats. I like those magic markers that are like invisible ink. They can only like show up on the special paper, and they sell like tons of different coloring books. Like my son loves the Paw Patrol
Okay.
one. And so those are good because even if they, miss the paper or intentionally color on the airplane, nothing shows up. Also, like magnets, they have different papers, like magnetic paper, basically, and you can, dress a doll or
Okay.
play with dinosaurs, and they're magnets, and so it doesn't get as lost as much and it doesn't fly everywhere in turbulence and stuff like that. I guess those are my 2
Okay. I
go-tos.
haven't tried the magnet ones. We need to try that. We've done the invisible ink coloring stuff. Actually, before I came down here to record this with you, Lacey was like having a moment, and I'm like, "This is not the time to have the moment." Of course, when you're trying to do something, they always get active.
Always.
So I put her in her room, and I'm like, "Just take some time to yourself for a minute. Here, do your coloring." I'm like, "Steve, she's coloring." He's like, "What? You're not watching?" I'm like, "It's invisible. It's fine. Like,
Yeah.
it's just on her paper. It's okay." She loves the trolls one, so we get a lot of the trolls. But I haven't tried
Awesome.
the magnet ones. I need to try that. I can't even think of any fidgets we did on the airplane with her. I think I brought magnet tiles. Oh, and Play-Doh. I definitely brought the
Well,
Play-Doh.
that's brave. Somebody told me, I don't know, 2 years ago to do, painter's tape. And that works for a little bit, especially with, like, a one-year-old, like, you just stick it different places and they just pull it off and, like, put it on, pull it
Yeah,
off. That keeps them entertained for a short period of time, but it is really just, like, fight for your life, man, while you're up there.
yeah. And the flight attendants are usually, for the most part, like, understanding and really good and bring you different stuff, which I like.
Yeah.
Alright. So, yeah, let's talk about snacks now. So how many is too many, and does that limit exist even?
So, I view, like, snacks on an airplane and in a car the same way adults do, right? Like a lot of adults give themselves permission to treat themselves when they're at the airport or on a road trip, and they go to the gas station and they get the slushy, or they buy the bag of chips that he wouldn't have every day or something. And I just view the kids the same way. Like, if it makes you happy, buy it. Hopefully it's not sticky and there's not a lot of crumbs. So I try to like think about like the kind of mess it can make. But other than that, I'm like, have
Yeah.
at it. As
Well,
much snacks as
like
you can. It's not a normal
with the
day.
snacks too, like it's regarding messiness, like if you start them at a young age and you show them how to open it and how to like handle the yogurt tubes or the yogurt pouch, the applesauce, like the first couple times, yeah, they're gonna squeeze the crap out of it and they're exploring it. They're trying to figure it out. But if you train them and practice with them, then eventually, like by 3, they're ready for those kinds of things and you don't have to worry. I don't know though. My 3-year-old, he still would like probably dump it anyways.
I feel like you are really good at that. And like baby led weaning type feeding at first helps with that too, because my kids are very good at feeding themselves as far as like, knowing not to squeeze it all over themselves or how to use a spoon or stuff like that. And that definitely helps as independence with
Yeah.
food.
We started, swim lessons, and after the end of swim, they get a lollipop at the end if they do well, whatever. She always gets a lollipop even if she doesn't go under. I'm like, "That's not
She didn't
encouraging."
do well.
Yeah. So and she opens it up every time, and I'm like the first couple times, I'm like, "Oh my god, it's gonna be so sticky all over my car," just like you said, and she was fine. She just bit the thing right in half, of course, because she didn't know how to suck on a sucker. So, she bit
Yeah.
it in half, and she just gives me her stick when she's done. I'm like, "Okay, whatever." And now she understands too that it's sticky, so she's careful.
Yeah.
Alright, have
Yeah. I would say that 1 to 5 year olds more the problem with that.
yeah. Have you ever had a full meltdown moment while traveling, like you yourself or your kid? Like, let's talk about you first. Like, have you ever had a full traveling meltdown, like as a mom?
I think that's a really good question. And there's nothing that like really stands out to me. Um, I think it's because I really mentally prepare ahead of
Yeah,
time. I'm like, all right, there's gonna be crying in a closed in space and it's gonna make my brain hurt. And but the kids are safe, they're comfortable within reason. Um, and this is just how we get here. So I really like do take the time to like just prep myself to be like, it might be a rough day, but it's gonna get us where we wanna go.
right.
And that mindset, like, kind of prevents me from spinning out and just, hoping for the best, preparing for the worst kind
Right.
of thing.
Yeah, I can't think of anything like myself as a mom that was challenging. Like when we first started potty training Lacey and I went on a long road trip, we went to Panama City Beach to see my mom, and that was like 6.5, no, maybe 6 hours, but we were potty training, so she kept asking me, like, every 10 minutes telling me that she had to pee, and I'm like, "Oh my god," like, you never know what's gonna be, like, the real one, the real deal. So, eventually, I just caved and was like, "Okay, just in case we're gonna put the pool up on," and now here I am
Yeah.
at 3 still, like, struggling with the potty training because I've caved so many times on myself, like, not training.
Yeah.
I think that was, like, a stressful moment for me, like, constantly having to stop, and I was traveling for the
Yeah.
first time with the 2 babies by myself, and you travel a lot by yourself too, and you have 2 kids. Yeah,
Yes.
and you're
Yeah.
traveling, like, across state lines, across state. I'm
Yeah.
just traveling, like, within a couple hours of Atlanta.
No, I think anywhere is hard. Anywhere is hard, especially with a baby and a toddler by yourself. Just like the anxiety that that comes with is like, all right, I'm out here on my own and I just have to figure it out no matter what
When you
happens.
stop, do you, like I always either, like, stop at a gas station where that's crowded, but, like, park far enough away where we have our privacy, or
Hmm.
I'll stop at, like, a Walmart in, like, a super populated area because I know that, like, other people are able to see if something were to happen. Like, do you
Yeah.
like, some of my friends will, like, purposely stop at, like, abandoned places so they feel more alone, but I wanna be somewhere with people just in case.
Do you mean when you stop for, like, a potty break or when you stop for snacks and gas?
Yeah, like snacks, gas, like any stops
I
really,
think
I think.
I just go to gas stations that I'm familiar with, like brands that I'm familiar with. I love to stop at like a Love's or a Pilot or a Quick Trip or a Racetrack because typically those are more like better taken care of and more populated. And I usually park in the front unless I'm planning to breastfeed. Then I'll like like when she was a newborn and she had to feed every couple hours and I was stopping just to breastfeed, a lot of times I would park in the back of the parking lot. But now I get a front row spot if I can. The most direct line to the door and then you eliminate like having to walk through a parking lot, which I think is can be
Yeah, or
stressful.
even like just by people. I don't like when I'm by myself and people are like, "Oh, your baby's so cute." I'm like, "Nope, keep moving, keep moving. Don't talk to me."
Yeah.
Like, we're here to go to the
Yeah.
bathroom and get back in our car where we're safe.
You want to be invisible sometimes. I'm like, I know my kid is cute, but you don't have to tell
Yeah,
me. Pretend I'm not here.
exactly. Um, so let's talk about the kids now. Have the kids had some meltdowns on your long road trips? Like, what's the longest trip in the car you've taken with either just Charlie or Charlie and Georgia?
I think probably 10 hours.
Okay.
Like a 10-hour drive that took more like 11 or 12. Um, and I think it's always the last hour, honestly.
Mhm.
It's when it's starting to get late in the day and you know, like that witching hour is just they were gonna fall apart at home anyways, but now they're falling apart in the car and you guys are all strung out from driving all day. And
Did you stop in the 10 hours or
it's like
you just
constant annoying.
like, did you stop for, like, stretching your legs and lunch during the 10 hours or just strictly, like, gas and
No, yeah, I am a stopper. I think that that helps. I think it helps them not feel stuck. It breaks up the day. Um, so I am pro stops. Like Bucky's.
yeah,
Do y'all have Bucky's?
we do. I
Um,
don't like that store, but if it's there, it's, like, it's so fun and, like, just to walk through, but, like, not my on my bucket list. Like, some people are, like, wearing the Buc-ee's shirt and got the Buc-ee's Christmas
No.
inflatable.
Yeah. No, some people are just like they have the
Yeah.
merch. I like it because it really feels like you got out of the car and did something. So like even if you can find a playground, like I'll even stop at a playground for 30 minutes just so I can feel like they got to reset and yeah, it might slow you down, but I feel like in the long run it makes it a more positive experience.
Yeah. I feel like every rest stop I told Steve our last long drive we did, I'm like, "Why do rest stops not have playgrounds? They've got these dog parks.
Yeah,
Where are the
I totally
playgrounds? Like, I'm sorry, I'm not taking my dog on vacation. Where I'm taking my
Yeah,
kids."
I love bringing a ball to a rest stop and just, like, passing a ball around for 10
Yeah, that's a good
minutes.
call.
I feel like that helps a lot. Um, but yeah, I'm not really a power through and just get there as fast as you can because I would go
No.
crazy too.
Yeah, I can't do that. I've gotta stretch my legs. It's gotta be at least, like, 20 minutes stop, at least, like we always
Right.
stop too, like, my grandmother lives in Valdosta, so when we go to Florida, it's a good halfway point. We even spend the night sometimes. We might stop for, like, 3 hours for lunch, let them play and run around and see the goats and stuff, and then we'll get back in the car and keep going to Florida, or we stay overnight, literally break the trip in half. We haven't done any super long road trips besides once with Lacey when she was 9 months old to Ohio. No,
Mhm.
West Virginia, but still, that was a long trip, and we took her
Because
great.
toddlers and babies have no concept of time,
No.
right? So even if you're only getting out for a really short period, they don't necessarily know that. You know, they do view it as like, oh, we did an activity and now we're getting back in the car. Instead of like, "Oh my gosh, we've been in the car all day and now we're getting back in the car."
I think, like, traveling with that one-year-old to two-year-old age range, getting out the car is super important. Like, once Lacey hit 2, 2.5, and she could, like, digest the movies, it was like, "Okay, we're gonna watch 2 movies and we'll be there," and she gets to pick out her favorite movies, and it makes a big
Yeah, it's a lot
difference.
less painful.
Yeah.
It really is.
Okay, let's see. We are on question 8. What what's your best tip for surviving a flight with little ones? Like your best airplane survival
Um,
tip?
I get an aisle
Mm,
seat. I mean, okay, so typically when we fly, it's gonna be me, my husband, and my son who all need a seat. And usually it's a row of 3, and then we can get a window seat and an aisle seat, and that's the best because they can look out the window or they can kind of hang out the aisle. I prefer an aisle seat, and I think that the aisle seats help because if a lot of times they will let you kind of walk back and up and down, or she can hang out the aisle. And like my kids love to talk to strangers. And so they'll talk to the people in the seat in front of them and like try to get them to smile or the seat across. And that helps waste time and like not feel like you're so trapped
yeah.
in.
Definitely pacing the aisles, like being able to break to the bathroom if there's any sort of blowouts, like or you got
Yeah.
a nurse.
Slowing to drop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I remember we were on a flight with Lacey and Liam for the first time for my sister's wedding last June, and Liam was like 4 months old, and I took him, he had a blowout, took him to the bathroom, changed him, came back, Lacey was potty training, came back, she pooped, had to take her to the bathroom, came back, Liam pooped again, so I had to take him back, and it was, like, right as we were landing, and they're like, "You can't get up," and I'm like, "Dude," like, they both pooped, it's 3
Nobody wants to
times.
sit in this.
After the 3rd
Yeah.
time, the flight attendants were just, like, laughing at me, and I'm like, "Yeah, this is where we're at."
They all know that you're suffering
Yeah,
too.
and I always try to tell myself too, like, I'm most likely never gonna see anybody on this plane ever again, so if my kid's crying, I do not give one tiny rat's butt at all, and also, like, I don't know, 90, 70, 80% somewhere in there, all of these people have been parents. Like, they know the struggles that we're in, and
They're all just glad they're not you.
yeah,
You know what I mean? That's what I think. Is like they're just relieved that they're not the one with a baby
yeah,
crying.
yeah, and
And
if they have a
oh
problem with that, like, you chose to fly on a public transportation, so get yourself your
yeah,
own private jet.
not a private jet.
I tell that to Steve too at
So
restaurants. I'm like, "No, they chose to come out and eat at a public restaurant." Like, my kid's banging the fork on the table, like, "Sorry, go sit somewhere else." Like,
I really do think that America has a culture of like keeping their kids quiet and like unheard and unseen. And I'm like, no, they live here too. We can still go places. I mean, obviously, I'm not taking my kids to, like a fancy steakhouse or, like these are usually family friendly establishments that I'm taking them to either way. If they're being kids, that's okay. Like, and people have to stare, fine, they can leave. I'm not ruining their time because my kids are living their childhood.
yeah, no, and they can yeah, like you said, they can get up and leave, they can walk out, and again, you chose to come eat at Fellini's, like, take it to go if you
Yeah.
have to, go sit somewhere else, like, I'm not yeah,
Kids like pizza too.
yeah. Alright, so question number 9, road trip or flying, what is easier for your family right now?
This is constantly a debate in my house now because of our move to Texas and how far Texas is from literally anything. Because I way prefer a road trip. I love a road trip, but it's a long road trip from our house to see any family. I think I'm still team road trip.
Okay. I
So
am
you can
team
pack whatever you want,
yes. So there's lots of
stop
perks.
whenever you want.
Yeah, lots of perks with road trip, packing whatever you want, and then I think I'm team flight because you're constantly moving and doing something and, like, entertainment for the kids, but, like,
Yeah.
the stress of fitting everything into your suitcase or paying extra. The cost also of flights is just freaking
Yeah.
ridiculous. The wait times right now, oh my god, my sister's flying
I
in
know.
Friday.
That makes me nervous.
Oh, I know, I'm
Yeah.
so scared. My sister's flying in Friday and she's like, "Have you seen the wait times? 3.5 hours?" I'm like, "You better get your butt there early because you're still coming." Like,
Yeah, and I couldn't do that with kids. Like, that sounds miserable.
Yeah, I think I am team flight because like my mom lives in Oklahoma, so we're going to where you are pretty much, and the drive 13 hours to her, I could not imagine sitting in the car that long, but Steve would sign up for it any day. So let's move on to the next question. We're on question 10. What's one mistake you made flying with your kids that you'll never make again?
Oh. I pack an extra shirt for myself
Hmm. Okay.
because since they are sitting on your lap or very close to your lap, and your luggage could be, checked or whatever, and you don't have access to it, I don't want to have to get off the plane and walk through a whole airport with poop, spit up, throw up,
Yeah.
stickiness, whatever it is. Like, I would rather just have a fresh t-shirt to put on and feel like a more human again.
Yeah. I did not think about that. My first thought went straight to it's ridiculous, but I always have, even in like the car in my travel bag, because we might get somewhere super late and I don't want to pack the suitcase, is our white noise machine. Like, because my kids
Oh,
religiously sleep with it every night. And
yeah.
one time I did not have it, and it was like the worst, longest night ever because I could hear everything. And me creeping around the
That's
room, like trying to nurse him and then going back to her, like, so my white noise is always in my diaper bag, our extra one. And I don't even know, like, I don't even need it now. Like, I go through the effort to get it out of my suitcase after that one terrible night. I was like so tired.
No, that's so
Got here so
smart.
late. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, we don't need it. Let's just get to bed. They're so tired anyways. They'll sleep through the night.
Yeah. We really rely on those too. I also just bring an excess amount of baby wipes. They fix so many problems.
Yeah. I
And as
put baby
long
wipes.
as you have a baby wipe, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Everything, all other problems will be fixed.
Everything fixes a baby wipe. I mean, you any spills, not just for their booties, but any spills, anything. And Lacey, I used to give her baby wipes to like clean things. I'm like, here, go clean that. Go clean like another activity for them. Like, go do something.
Yeah, or my kids like to pull them out. Just like, which I don't love that game, but at least it wastes
Yeah.
time.
Just bring a Ziploc bag and just stuff them all back in there. I put some baby wipes in like, when you travel and you have the big red bag for like your stroller and car seat that you can check. 'Cause that's free, like, you check that, and, I put some baby wipes and a big sleeve, like, of diapers in there one time traveling to my mom's, and they weighed it, and they were like, "There's no way this is just a car seat and a stroller." Well, I also had the base in there because I didn't this
Um,
is, like, when I was very first time mom, didn't know, well, you can
yeah.
just use the regular seatbelt to come across. Duh. So I brought the base, the whole setup, the toddler seat, like the whole stroller, all 4
Gosh, that's so
compartments,
heavy.
and they were like,
Yeah.
"There's no way." So they opened it up and checked, and I was, like, sitting there, and I'm like, "Oh my god, there's a pack of wipes and diapers in there that I tried to sneak in," and the lady made me take it out, and I was just like I was about to cry because I was a first time mom, and it was a couple months.
Yeah, I would
I
cry
was
too.
like,
I was
"What do
like,
I
"Take
do?
this
Like, I
too."
need these diapers, like, there's not gonna be any stores there," which, of course, there were, like, what was I thinking? But I'm like, "Now I have to throw them all away," and she just saw my face, and also, they don't let you have passes to, like, go back anymore, like, just a gate pass, so Lacey was,
Mm.
like, 4 or 5 months old when I went to visit my mom, and this happened, and I almost cried, like, I had tears in my eyes because he couldn't walk us all the way to the gate, and I had to bring all this
Yeah.
stuff by myself, and she was in the carrier and the diaper bag and my stroll and, like, it was so much
Yeah,
going on.
I'm like, how on earth are we gonna get to the
Yeah,
plane, let alone our
I
destination?
know. And now I'm like, "You could just drop me off at the door. See ya." Like,
There is like a confidence that just comes with
yeah,
time.
yeah, with time. But then the lady at the end, she felt so bad for me that she was after she weighed it, because it was overweight, so she was like, "You gotta pay the whatever, 175," and I was like, I don't wanna pay that, like, "Oh my god, take them out, I'll just throw them away, whatever." she finally, like, she weighed it, put it in the system, and then she was like, hey, put it back in, put it back in. I was like, thank God, like, my
I
crying.
think there's good people out
Yeah,
there.
they're still good people, kind of. Yeah. All right, question 11. Do your kids sleep well while they're traveling? Or, like, do they sleep on the road or on the plane? Or is it, like, just chaos the whole time and awake?
So I would say my daughter is good at napping in the car. That's one of our saving graces. As long as the car is moving and we're making progress and we don't hit traffic or have to stop, she will nap for a
Okay.
while. And once we get there, it's a different story. I think both my kids sleep worse in a new place. Even though they're exhausted, and you can tell it's like they're overtired. We're like, well, we're past the point of you just going to bed because you're tired because they're so wound up by all the fun activities you did all day, or they're too like cooped up from being in the car all day. I think sleep is one of the toughest things. And one of my biggest like hurdles in like wanting to avoid traveling, I have to like really be like, okay, it'll be worth it. Even if you have to stay up all night every
Right.
night, like the days will be worth it. And usually they are, but sleep is rough
Yeah. Do they
for us
sleep
on
well at
vacation.
home for you through the night?
Yeah. Well, my son does. My 3.5-year-old does. He is great in his own bed. And for the most part, he'll sleep through the night on vacation too. It's like getting him to bed is more difficult because he's just, like I said, he's either so excited from the day, can't calm down, can't regulate himself from being out of routine, or he's been cooped up in the car all day and he didn't get enough energy out. Um, so he does sleep through the night on vacation. It's just getting him down is a little bit harder usually. And then my daughter, she's not a great
Yeah.
sleeper.
Neither one of my
And she's not a great sleeper on the trip either.
Yeah. Neither one of my kids. Liam, he's 1, just turned 1 in February. He will nap in the car if Lacey's, like, super quiet watching her show just fine for maybe 2 hours. And at home, like, if he's in his bed, he'll nap, like, a good solid 3 hours most days, which is a great break, but overnight, forget about it. That boy is up every 2 or 3 hours, still nursing, still, like, waking up, and I'm just, like, so tired. So, yeah, once we get there, like, the nap situation is worse for me because I nurse him to sleep, and most places don't just, like, have a floor bed waiting for you, so he's on the floor bed,
Yeah.
and I, like, nurse him and then roll away and leave him in his room to nap, and I can't nurse him, and then he's never been in a crib before, and Lacey didn't start sleeping through the night at home until she was almost 2.5, like, until we dropped her nap at 2.5. So she doesn't nap during the
Yeah.
day anymore, and she dropped it because she wasn't she ugh. She started napping at, like, 3 p.m., and I'm like it is getting later
Yeah.
and later in the day, and I'm like, "Alright, you can make it another 4 hours, like, kick it into second gear, girl." So, she doesn't she only naps on long road trips, like, on the way home, like, after the week or whatever.
Yeah. She's just so
Yeah,
worn out.
so
Yeah.
worn out, like, always just but getting there, she's so excited to see whoever we're gonna see, the activities we're doing, and same thing, like, I hype them up, like, "Hey, we're gonna go do this, Lacey, we got this coming, like, we're almost there, like, get to this landmark, and we have this much more time," and that helps too.
Yeah.
Alright, question 12. What is your routine for, like, nap time on the go? Which we kinda just covered that, but, like, how do you does Charlie still nap?
He does not nap. We had the same issue as you did. Um, I view like the iPad time in the car or a movie at home as his rest period where he has to be quiet during Georgia's nap. So I do usually like make him rest
Yeah, like reset.
as in just having quiet
Yeah.
time. But Georgia, she naps best in the car, actually. That's like where she'll nap the longest and the easiest. So she'll either do that or we contact nap and she just feeds to sleep.
See, that's so nice.
And that's definitely harder on trips because it's hard to find a quiet space on a trip.
Yeah, and, like, for me, I don't know about you, but, like, when you have so many people around, they all wanna help, and it's like, "No, stop." Like, I know what my kid needs, like, give me my space for a minute, y'all all be quiet, like, this is what I have to do, like, I'm sorry I have to go drive around for 2 hours, but this is gonna
Exactly.
help
I
me.
know it's crazy, but it's just what
Yeah,
works. So just let it
yeah,
go.
and this is gonna help
Trust
me.
me, I tried everything else. I've
Yeah.
tried all the easier
Yeah, yeah,
options.
thank you for the advice, but no, like, I've been doing this for a couple months now, like, I know what I'm doing with my baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find myself in that boat too, like, "Have you tried this? Have you done this?" But now, like, after my second born, I'm like, "You don't need to be telling people how to mom," like, if they ask me for
Yeah.
suggestions, then maybe, but, like, I remember with our 2 firstborns, like, messaging you at, like, 4 in the morning because you were, like, the only friend at the time that had a baby around almost the same time as me. They're, like, 4 months
Yeah.
apart, and I just remember messaging you, like, 3 AM, 4 AM, like, and you're like, "Yep, I'm up all night too."
They don't sleep. And some people make you feel like you're doing something super wrong because of that. And some people are like, yeah, that's a baby. And I think different kids are different. Some kids are easy sleepers and some aren't.
Yeah.
And you just have to accept that at some
Lately, it
point.
would be so easy to, like I would just, like, walk through the end of the driveway and walk back inside, and just that five-minute walk to the mailbox and back, like, she would just be in the carrier and just pass out, like, 2 seconds. But Liam, no. He's gotta be in his bed, nursed to sleep, or so exhausted that, like, the second you put him in the car and you drive around, he'll pass out. Like, that's just for him.
Yeah, they're particular.
Yeah, he's not a contact.
Exactly. No. And what works for you might not work for somebody else.
Yeah. Okay, question 13. Do you try to stick to your normal schedule or you just, like, go with the flow whenever you're traveling?
I do try to stick to a schedule in the sense of like, this is our typical nap time range within an hour or so, and this is our typical bedtime range within an hour or so. So I'm not super strict with it, but I do like, I'm not like, oh, just stay up all night, don't nap. There is a little, I try to keep that structure, but everything else definitely more go with the flow.
Yeah, I think so too, like, I know Liam needs to nap around, like, between 12 and 1, and you're doing the traveling between time zones too, so
Yeah, that hurts my
you've
brain,
gotta
honestly.
you've gotta think about all that timing
Yeah,
too.
I'm doing that. I'm a woman in STEM.
Yeah, so you have, like, an extra challenge, and yeah, like, bedtime, if you gotta make it easier for yourself. I know, like, spending time with family is important, but also, like, you made the effort to go visit them or to go wherever they are. Like, they can come to your house and be
Yeah.
on your schedule, like, for once. You don't need to always be on their schedule.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
alright, so question 14. What's your must-have diaper bag setup? Like, what's something you must have in your diaper bag?
Okay, so wipes I already said. I'm really big on wipes. I love a wipe. I always have extra diapers, of course. I like the especially this is more important when you're traveling, I think, but like diaper poop bags.
Ah, I've never
Have you seen
done
those
that,
like
and, like
I've seen them for dogs,
yeah,
but I do them because I feel like they're more likely to have blowups in the car, at least mine are for some reason.
yeah.
They have
And
more blowups
if
in the
you
car.
leave it in the car, which I've done, like, overnight because you
Just
forget,
stinks.
oh my god, I had to,
Yes,
like, air out my car for so many days.
exactly. So I feel like those are really helpful on a trip, especially because you don't wanna put it with all your clean stuff and you don't know when you're gonna have access to laundry, and then you don't just have to, like, throw everything
Mhm.
away at the rest stop. Um I always have typically 2 extra outfits, which is where I come from, like, that this is where I'm an
No,
overpacker
yeah, I do
probably,
that too.
and an extra pair of socks. Um, and extra pacifiers. Those are probably my
I feel like the diaper bag slowly lightens the more kids you have. Like, my firstborn,
yeah.
you got, like,
There's bird
Aquaphor, the burp
cloths.
cloths,
Yeah,
the
exactly.
formula
Diaper.
backup, even though you're strictly nursing, like,
Yeah.
I don't need formula. Why do
Yeah.
I have
What if all
formula?
of a sudden that ran out?
Why do I
Exactly.
have this
No,
formula?
that's so
I
true.
don't need that.
No, I had like this weird fear of like, what if I'm in a car wreck? I think you had said that you had a similar fear. Or maybe I made that up. But like I'm in a car wreck and I can't nurse and the baby needs food
Yeah.
right away and like they go through a diaper bag and they get formula. Like I don't know, all these crazy scenarios that you're like, I have to
Oh,
overplan
yeah, I
for.
think about that too. Or, yeah, like, if something were to happen to me and I'm strictly nursing, like, how is the baby gonna get breast milk? Like, are they gonna, adapt to somebody else's, or are they gonna take the formula? Like, I think like that too. I think all moms kinda have these thoughts in the back of their heads of these worst case scenarios.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think your diaper bag lightens as you get more used to, like, not used to it because 'cause you're never used to being a mom, but as you grow in your
Mine
mindset.
used to have a portable sound machine. I don't carry that around anymore.
Yeah, and I used to have, like, all the hats and, like, mittens and stuff, and it's like, "It's summer, why do I have this?" Well, you never know when they're gonna be cold, and it's like, you don't
Yeah.
need that. Like, why is this taking up space? Or
They're not gonna be cold.
sunscreen, or I have, like, a miniature deodorant for myself, and it's like, I literally just opened it. I can't believe I'm talking about this, but I just opened it yesterday, and it was completely melted because I had never even opened it, and it had been in my diaper bag for so long in the car, like, through the heat and the cold, and I'm like,
That reminds me, I do keep children's or infants Motrin
"Okay,
in my
yeah, I
diaper
do
bag
keep Tylenol in mine too." Yeah.
because you never know.
No.
I feel like they always need it for
Yeah.
something. It's like my miracle cure
Mhm.
all.
Especially traveling, like, you
So,
don't wanna go to
I
the store, you don't know where they have it, like, if they're gonna have what you normally do.
and if they need it, they need it now.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I'm if they're teething really bad or they have a fever, you want that medicine as, like, quick as you can to get them
yeah.
comfortable.
My diaper bag now looks like maybe, like, half a pack of wipes, maybe, like, 1 change of clothes for Liam, but now I'm so used to, like, and it's getting warmer, I'm like, "Whatever, naked baby, like, it's fine, like, who cares? They're in a diaper, we're heading home, he's in his car seat, like, I don't care." And for Lacey, like, we
Yeah.
gotta have all the panties now, so my diaper bag, like, packed back up with her restroom.
It's weird how it, like, fluctuates like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, because then you're like, "Well, what if he has an accident and now I have to have toddler clothes again?" But
yeah. And then the
I agree.
snacks, like, I have a full snack box in my diaper bag, like, I didn't have snacks before when they were newborns, but it still was so full of crap, and then now all that stuff has
Yeah.
come out, and now the snacks are filling up my diaper bag, making it heavy.
No, I had to do a separate bag.
Oh, for
I had to do a separate bag. Yeah, because there was an excessive amount of
Yes, it
snacks.
really is. I mean, I have, like, when we're at home, I have, like, this giant cereal container with, like, a lid that pops open like that to reach in
Yeah.
easier. So I pack that with all of our snacks when we're, like, going to the zoo or whatever, so I do take that separate.
Oh, that's
That
smart.
that way the
Okay.
crumbs don't get everything doesn't get smushed, like,
Yeah.
Nature Valleys, they're so crummy.
No, that's so
So I just
true.
started
That's
putting
a
them
really
in, like, one of
good
those Tupperwares that I bought at Hobby
yeah.
Lobby, and Hobby Lobby had miniature, like, ramekins inside of it, so it's perfect. So I just put all our snacks in there, pack it back in, but when we're traveling,
Yeah.
like, I just stick them wherever I can, like, this has to go in the water bottle holder because 'cause it's gotta be easy access, like.
Yeah. No, snacks are everything when you're
Yeah. I
traveling.
mean, I want snacks when I'm
Not
traveling.
just day to day going to and from the park. If you go to the park without snacks, my kids act like they're gonna starve.
Yeah. And then I found out too, like with Lacey, I'm trying to limit her snacks because she will not sit down for any breakfast, lunch, and dinner longer than 5 minutes. But she just started preschool and all of a sudden she ate her whole lunch. I even had to ask the teacher, I'm like, when you open up the snacks, are you guys just tossing the rest like when she says she's full?
Yeah.
Because I've seen kids doing that, like when I used to be a teacher.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, she eats
You're
the
like,
whole thing. And I'm like, she ate this whole lunchbox? Like, there's no way.
that would be weird for me too. My Charlie does not like to eat.
No, I think it's like sitting with her peers and watching other kids do it and finish up, and then when they're finished, they get to go play. So I think, like, having that incentive to, like, "Oh, I'm if I finish, I can go play," that
Yeah.
helps.
Yeah. You don't have time to snack all
And just
day.
listen.
I'm an enabler. I'm the
Yeah, I
problem.
snack all day too. But I think listening to
Exactly.
listening to other
Like,
adults has made her, like, sit there too. So I'm glad we started preschool. I can't wait for Charlie to start.
I know. I'm like, I'm so excited. I think it's gonna be good for
Yeah,
him.
and yourself.
And I'm so excited for Lacey and you.
Okay, question 15. How do you handle blowouts, spills, outfit changes on the go? Which we kinda talked about that a little bit, but like you said, the poop baggies in the car, which I need to keep.
Yeah. That
That is
helps.
so important, and I don't want, like, that poop color because you cannot get out a poop stain. Like, that is just it does not come out. It's
Yeah.
yellow, it's stained, it's ruined, so I always put, like, other stuff, like napkins in my car and then the poop on top, but I could just get the bags like you said.
I love to bring a towel in the car with me at all times because I just feel like they're universally helpful. Like, say they do have some kind of something that spills out onto their car seat, it'll be a lot easier to clean with a towel than it would anything else, or dry up something with a towel than it would anything else. So I usually bring like a full size beach towel just because of how many uses it has. Um, Extra changes of clothes. I am kind of a pro at changing diapers standing up. So I'll stand them up in my trunk, shove them down. It's quick,
I thought
painless.
you
It
meant,
doesn't get
like,
anywhere.
you standing the baby.
Well, I'm standing up. That's good. No, they're standing up.
Okay.
I like that method the best, especially when you're in like a car where if they lay down, then they could get crumbs on them or sand or dirt or whatever. I'm just like stand up, pull your pants down,
Well, and
clean it
the
off.
towel's good too, like, for a little privacy. I was thinking my $1,000,000
Yeah.
idea is to, like, have a shade that, like, pulls up from your back seat that you can hook, but also have, like, 2 holes for arms. So you can change your baby or
Oh,
your kid, or they can pee in private, but you still have those armholes to, like, change them. Because 'cause I'm constantly, like, shifting my body weight so that I can, like, block people
right.
from seeing all her business. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's like one of the perks of having a son is like that they can go potty anywhere. And I don't have to like stop at like it's just easier for them to go on the side of the road. But it's still like, yeah, do I block the butt or do I block the
Yeah.
front? You know what I mean? Like, where do I stand? Either way, we're
Yeah.
exposed. And he's so comfortable. He'll just drop trow anywhere. He has like no regard for
Like,
privacy at all.
"Hello.
He's just,
Free
yeah,
flow."
exactly. You're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Keep him on a little bit longer,
Yeah, you
dude.
gotta charge for that, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is one luxury item that you bring that makes your life feel easier?
Is a luxury item. It's more expensive than your typical children's toy. I also love my AirPods, as is like a noise canceling if the crying really gets to be too much. And it helps me kind of just like disassociate for a
Yeah,
minute and zone into a podcast or music or whatever. Or if they're sleeping, like I can still listen to something and it'll be quiet.
that's a good
So I
call.
feel like that on
Yeah,
trips.
that's a good call. I haven't done any, like, headphones in the car. Back to the paranoia, I'm always worried, like, I'm not gonna hear, like, if Liam is chewing on a toy and a piece comes off and he's choking or
Yeah.
which I have mirrored, so.
Maybe my thing. I have the car camera.
Oh, okay.
Do you have the rear view camera
I do
things?
not, because doesn't the cord have to, like, obviously travel to the back?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's the
that was, like, my hold up on ordering one. I was like, I don't know about that. I feel like that's gonna get tripped or chewed on because Lacey has not grown out of putting everything in her freaking mouth. It drives me crazy. So I was like, or she's gonna
Yeah.
step on it, it's gonna get destroyed, like, broken.
I guess my kids just have their assigned sides of the car, and then it's in the all the cords are in the middle, and they never really cross through.
Okay.
Um, and we don't have that problem yet, but I can see that becoming a problem. For now, it is amazing because it really, like, soothes my anxiety. I can just constantly watch them. It probably makes me more psycho because now I'm like, "Okay, eyes on the road," just like, the kids are fine. But I like it better if they do have a toy or you hand them a pretzel or whatever it is,
Well, it's
I
so much
can
more clear too than the
see that.
mirror
Yeah.
because the mirror, you gotta, like, look in the rearview mirror, and then I always have to, like, bend down to see, like, can I if the mirror gets adjusted, like, you're screwed. Like, you can't see completely everything.
Yeah.
So or
Yeah.
you can't see, like, if it's dark
So,
at
I see
night.
that. Okay. Yeah, exactly, the night vision, so that might be my luxury item, actually. I love that
That's
thing.
nice. I don't know. I feel like my car in general is our luxury item. Like, I waited for a long time. I went to several dealerships throughout Atlanta and, like, made sure I got all of the things on my checklist. Made sure I got everything, like, on my checklist that I wanted, like the entertainment system and then the navigation system. Like, I'm like, "Okay, if my phone ever dies and I'm in the middle of nowhere, like, I gotta have some sort of GPS to get me somewhere because I don't that's the
Yeah.
world we live in and we grew up in. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not going to
I
MapQuest.
don't know how to read a
Yeah,
map. You better not ask me to read a
no,
map.
I'm not I'm not going to mapquest.com and writing down directions, like, using
No.
the what was it called? The Garmin?
Marvin,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
no. Those don't even exist.
No.
So, yeah, I feel like my car is my luxury
That's a good
item
answer.
that I bring, yeah.
Unless you fly.
Yeah, unless I fly, then I feel like my double stroller is my flying luxury item because although we
Yeah.
haven't used the double feature, I just, like, don't bring the toddler seat attachment. I just let Lacey, like, sit in the
The basket
yeah.
underneath? Me
It
too.
makes it so much heavier when she's sitting on the
Yeah.
front. The front wheels get so heavy because she's just, double the size, of course.
I I don't know why they
And
yeah.
if you switch them, then, like, he's, like, slipping out because he's so little, so
Me too, and then you don't want, like, the little one too far away from you, and there's no good answer, but I put Charlie in the basket too, and he likes it down there. He just lays
Lacey
down.
does too, and it gives her more space. She can get to her snacks, like, she can turn around and look at me all free. She can hop out when she wants, yeah. Alright, we're almost done here. Thank you so much. Do you prefer kid-friendly destinations, or do you make any trip kid-friendly?
I think most major destinations are going to be kid-friendly, or you can make them kid-friendly. I'm not usually traveling to the middle of nowhere. I think there's definitely certain trips that are harder to do with kids, like, we went to Colorado recently, and most of the activities in the mountains, like, toddler is just not very toddler friendly. Like, they can't hike for very long distances. They can't do whitewater rafting. They can't go horseback riding by themselves. And so you're kind of, like, really limited by the things you could do. So I try to pick somewhere that is gonna have, like, things that I can make toddler friendly. Like, the beach is a huge one for me. Or if it's near a city, one that has, like, a lot of museums and children's play places or really awesome playgrounds, and I do seek that out ahead of time, but I think for the most part, you can really make anywhere kid friendly.
Yeah. I think
They just like to be outside and having fun.
yeah, getting them outside anywhere you go. I mean, even if you are somewhere not so kid-friendly, just get them outside if the weather's cooperating, but I wouldn't make travel plans in the phase of life that I am right now that was not kid friendly or had kid activities. Like, I plan my vacation around what can the kids do there? What can I watch them experience? What memories can we make? That's what I'm all about.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think you can, like, kid friendly doesn't mean that it has to be something that's only for kids. It just means that it's something that your kid can, like, actively participate in. So I like to find things that are adult and kid friendly, I
Yeah.
guess, and we're all feeling like we're on a
Like the
trip.
beach or just like a hotel with a pool or,
Yeah,
like cool restaurants that might have like different foods that you haven't tried.
right. Or museums. I enjoy museums. I think there's a bunch of things that are kid friendly that people don't like necessarily label kid friendly because they're not a play place.
Yeah. Like when people go to Disney and you see like grown adults waiting in line to see Cinderella, I'm like, this is not just for kids
Yeah.
here. This is for kids too.
Yeah. No.
Which we haven't been to
Whatever
Disney.
you'd like to do, your kids will like it because you're engaged and happy and
Yeah.
present. And that's really what they
Yeah.
want.
So we went to Myrtle Beach, and when we went to Myrtle Beach, the hotel that I found, which first of all, looking into hotels at Myrtle Beach is just like so overwhelming. They're all stacked right on top of each other, all up and down the beach. I don't know
Yeah.
how I landed on it, but like God blessed me and was like, this is the hotel.
This is the
This is the
hotel.
one. It was the most kid friendly. Like they all, have you ever been to Myrtle Beach?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not with kids,
Okay.
but
Well, a lot of the
yes.
hotels have, like, water parks inside the hotel or,
Yeah.
like, a lazy river and, like, several pool features and, of course, beach access. So I wanted something that was, like, on the beach that also had the pool because I was like, "The beach might be too much," especially with, like, it was baby Liam, he was, like, 6 months old, and Lacey was over 2.5 when we went last September, and it turned out to be the perfect time to go because, like, all the kids were back in school, but they had, like, a water
Yeah.
park there, then they had, like, a little mini arcade inside of it, a ice cream shop that was always open inside the hotel, then there was, like, an indoor playground, like a McDonald's style, like, simple, easy one,
Oh,
but the indoor pool, and then there was an outdoor pools because it was cold in September, but, like, Steve and Lacey still got in, and that, like that was just the best. I don't know how we came across that, but man, we're going back in July with my mom and all my sisters. I'm so excited,
yeah.
and it was right down the street, like, everything was driving distance to, like, the Ripley's, aquarium. Have you ever been to one of those?
No.
Okay, the aquarium that was there was, like, super kid friendly, like, they could touch everything, it was awesome, and then there was, like,
Awesome.
this wonder museum where, like, everything was really strange facts. So, like, we did a couple adult things that still, like, Lacey thought was cool. I don't know. So, yeah, there's definitely
Yeah, I think location is really important, like, even more important with kids, right? You want to be able to get to things quickly, and your hotel is almost more important too because it's more important that it's gonna be able to be quiet, and it's not like a bunch of crazy spring breakers, or it has a pool that the kids can go to and, like, warm up, or a hot tub, or whatever, or close by restaurants that are gonna be easy, quick meals. I think, like, that is, like, more on my mind than when I was just, like, a young adult traveling, because 'cause I'm like, "Oh, whatever, I'm just going to the beach
yeah.
anyways."
I had
The
one
details matter more.
terrible hotel experience where the whole thing was so humid and there was, like, mold on the walls, and it was just but we were like me and Steve, we're just, like, no kids, just adults in the world, and, we were like, "Whatever, we're not even gonna be in the hotel but to sleep, so it's fine, we're gonna be out all day,
Yeah,
making the most of our couple days we're here, who cares?" But ever since then, I'm, like, checking reviews, looking at all the
yeah, and you
pictures.
would never have done that with kids,
No,
right? You're like, "Well, like" yeah,
no,
so
never.
you definitely have to plan ahead in that way
Yeah, and
more
we
a
gotta
lot more
check,
too.
like, do they have a crib I can use? Is there, like, a cot? Is there a pull-out couch, like, that Steve can sleep on? Because both of the beds in
There are
the room.
secret
Yeah.
bottles, yeah. Is there and then how safe it is too, like, I think
Yeah, like, what part of town?
since you have alone, I worry a lot more about safety and what area of town it is. I try to, like, really if I'm not familiar with it, ask somebody who is, or just read a lot of Reddit threads on like the best places in town to
Yeah, I mean,
stay.
I've gone on different Facebook groups too for like other
Yeah.
mom groups like in that area, like, hey, we're coming to town. I don't live here, but what do you suggest? And
Yeah, Facebook and Reddit are huge helps. I agree. Just for personal experiences if you don't know. If you're going in blind.
mhm. And then I always try to ask too, like going back to the quiet comment, when Steve makes a reservation, he always says, like, is there any room that's on the edge, like without someone next to us? Because we've got young kids. And most of the time, like, they kind of made it work for us or put us in like a quieter area that they didn't have other people staying. So even, I mean, it doesn't hurt to ask, what are they going to do? Say, no?
Yeah.
Okay. Like,
Yeah. It's true. Very true.
all right, three more. What's the best trip you've ever taken so far with your kids?
Oh my gosh. I haven't taken a bad one yet. That's the good news. I think my favorite place to take the kids is probably Hilton Head for a lot of reasons. I lived there and my grandmother lives there, so I'm very familiar with it. I know where to stay, what I'm gonna need, what the weather's gonna be like. I know I'm gonna have help when I'm there, which also makes traveling and it's just enjoyable to see family and catch up. But Hilton Head Island in particular, I feel like it has a really great wide beach with tide pools. So that's really nice with toddlers and especially ones that are runners and you're afraid of them running into the water. Like there's a long way for them to go before you can catch up to them. And they have a lot of really nice parks and restaurants there. And it's not only a tourist town, like, if you need Target, if you need Chick-fil-A, if you need Walgreens, it's gonna have all your cute creature comforts at the same time, so, it's just really relaxing for me to be there, and I also in the way that it's predictable, but I think that it really fits toddlers, like, they have a bunch of awesome splash pads, pools, parks, playgrounds, beaches, nature beaches, um and so, yeah, I would say that's my favorite.
It's really good to know. And I was going to reach out to you too when we were planning our trip last September because my husband gets 2 weeks of vacation every year. And like this year in May, we're going to Tampa because my dad lives there, which is always a great time. But like you said, you have family there. So like, where to go.
Yeah,
And most of the time, like I stay with my dad because he's got a nice,
makes it less expensive,
yeah.
yeah.
And he most of the time will like be kind and take us out to dinner and, help cover some of the funds because I am still his child, even though I'm an adult. Like, hello.
Yeah.
But, I was gonna reach out to you because I was like, "Okay, we're going in September. What should we go to?" We were like, "Do we go down to Savannah? Do we go to Tybee? Do we go to
Yeah,
Charleston?" Like, all of these different, like, East Coast places, and Hilton Head was on our list, and I was like, "I don't know." I even put a feeler out, was like, "Is it toddler friendly? Like, what did y'all do there?" And we ended up trying Myrtle Beach despite all of these negative comments that people were giving me, and I was like,
yeah.
"You know what?
Dirty
We're
Fertile.
gonna have
Yeah,
our own experiences," and, like, just talking about all this stuff and, like, that it was dirty and all this stuff, and it was not. It was fine, and it could have been the time we were there too, like, we didn't go during peak season, middle of summer, when everybody's there and it's super crowded. It was like the hotel had hardly any people in it, like, it was still warm enough where the kids Steve and Lacey got in the pool, me and Liam did not, but they still were able to get in and enjoy the time when the sun was out, so it depends on the time you go, I think.
absolutely, yeah. I mean, overcrowded beaches are stressful for anyone, fighting over parking, surge prices on hotels, like, if you can plan it, if you don't have a typical, like, work schedule where you have to take certain days off and you get to pick your weeks, I think it really does help to pick almost an off season, but, like, the cusp, like September or May, when not everybody's out of school yet. And you can kind of still enjoy the warm weather.
Yeah, even August, I mean, over here in the South, it's still hot as Hades.
Oh, it's
August,
hot.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that that's been our goal, and then, like, over summer, I usually take a vacation around 4th of July with my mom, it's kind of been our tradition. since I've had the kids. And then at the end of the year, you get so many Thanksgiving week days off and Christmas. So, like, early spring and like fall have kind of been our vacations.
I agree. Yeah, I agree
Yeah,
with
I don't know
you.
what we're gonna do when these kids are in school. Like,
Mm. No, I know. And I have to work with somebody else's schedule. I hate that.
no.
I'm like, I'm gonna get in trouble for my kids having too many
Yeah.
truancies.
Okay. I think that my favorite vacation was Myrtle Beach for sure with the kids, but my favorite like vacation with my husband was actually when we went super fast for 3 days to New York. And I'd never been to New York, but we went there for a concert, Rage Against the Machine, which ended up being their last concert ever. So it was super cool that we got to be a part of that
Whoa.
history to see.
Yeah.
But we got to like do all the tourist stuff. I love going to new towns or new cities and doing all the tourist things. Like
Yeah.
if there's a boardwalk, I want to do it. I want to go in every single little shop. I know they all sell the same crap, but I want to see all the
Yeah.
things.
What are you doing? You're just doing something different than your
Yeah.
everyday. That's what I like.
Okay, what's one thing you wish people without kids understood about traveling with them?
I wish people without kids understood. I guess how much mental energy it takes to just be not home. Because sometimes I just feel so exhausted, even though maybe I am getting more help because I traveled to go see my mom, or um, my husband comes with us when he typically works. It's still so draining because I have a system in place when I'm home of the easiest way or the best way that I think it is to get through the day and the night. And when we're not home, it like feel like I have to be even more on all the
Yeah,
time.
me too. I mean, you're on high alert all the time. You're constantly like overthinking everything. You're scheduling everything when you're on vacation, even more than at home. And then like
Yeah.
other people, they just see you like, oh, your kid's crying in the restaurant. Like, you don't even know that we're on vacation here, dude. Like, chill. Like, or my kid's having a meltdown at the airport. Like, we've been traveling for 12 hours. Our flight's been delayed many times. Like, wheels are falling off the bus. Like, I wish, yeah, people understood, had more patience, or like, were more like, I was there. I see you. Like, I feel you, like, you're going to get through this. Like, more,
Yeah.
I don't know, pep talk to people.
Yeah.
We need to
Yeah. I
normalize.
mean, if I see a kid crying on the plane, I'm like, do you want me to hold her? Like, let her cry to me
Yes.
instead. Just give yourself a break because like, just how soul sucking travel
Yeah.
days can
And
be.
whenever I see other moms, like, it's so awkward now, but, like, it shouldn't be this way, but I always, like, try to encourage them, like, "You're doing a really good job," like, "You're
Yeah.
making it through the day."
Especially a new mom that you're like, oh my God, everybody feels like you
Yeah.
do.
And I was at a park with a friend the other day, and, I was getting in my car, and she had 2 kids there, 2 little boys, and I was getting in my car, and the park was fenced in at Toy Park over in Decatur. We were over
Yeah. I
there
love
for the
that.
first time. It was cool. It was kinda chilly though, so we just stayed for like an hour and then we had to go to swim, but when I was getting in my car, she was like, "Did you see so and so?" And I was like, "No." Like, "Did he come out of the gate?" And she was like, "I don't know. I don't see him anywhere." And like we were freaking out for a minute. Like
There's like the heart just
that
stops.
split
Yeah.
second, it was like so terrifying for her. And I've been there. I've lost Lacey once for like 10
Yes.
minutes crying my eyes out, freaking out, and then, like, she was on the playground the whole time, and we found him, and he was in one of those little cars, but there's so many of those little cars at that playground that, like, we couldn't see
Yeah.
him, and I was like my first thought was, "Okay, let's what was he wearing?" And she's like, and I'm like, "You don't know in the moment," like, and then she said, "Pink shirt." I was like, "Oh, yeah, I remember him seeing that pink shirt. Okay, he was wearing that
Right.
pink shirt," and I just remember giving her, like, a hug, like, her face, like, she needed that hug, she needed that moment, and I don't know if
Yeah.
she's a hugging person, I haven't really hung out with her that much, but, like, I've been there, so you just wanna comfort them, like, "It's okay, he's here, we
Yeah.
found him," like
You do, like, you feel like a bad mom, no matter what, even though it's not your fault, he wasn't actually lost. You just automatically are, like, blaming yourself, going to worst case scenario, thinking of all the and it is like everybody has that heart drop moment where you're like, "Where's my kid?" I looked away for 1 second, "Where are
yeah.
they?"
I've already done it with
They're just
Liam.
like,
I mean, this'll be my first summer with, like, 2 walking kids because last summer he was still, like, just a baby. So, like, this summer, being able to chase after both of them, I'm kinda nervous about that, but, like, I keep reminding Lacey all these tips, like, "Hey," we had a really serious conversation at the zoo the other day because she was almost, like, walking out of the little play area, and she was looking for me, and I was like, "Hey, if you cannot find me, what do you think you should do?" And I just, like, coached it into her. I'm like, "Look for a mama. What does a mama look like?" She said, and I was like, "A mama is someone that has kids. So look for a mama, look for a woman that has children. They're gonna be a mama."
that just gave me chills,
And then
honestly.
I was like,
I thought in my head she was gonna say security officer, police officer, but I love
she
that. Look for
I mean,
mama, something with
yes, first
kids.
responders, like, of course, go to them first, but, like, that's r rare
Well, at
to
the zoo,
find.
you're way more likely to see mom. Or at a playground, you're way more likely to
Yeah,
see
it's
mom.
rare
That's
to
really
find any first responders, like, yeah, at a playground or at, like, an indoor, facility, whatever. And so I was like, "Look for a mama and say, 'I'm lost, can you help me find my mama?'" And then she was like,
yeah.
"Well, what about dads?" And I was like, "Let's just stick to the mamas." Like,
That's for another
but
day.
yeah, I was just like, "You know what?" And I don't wanna put dads down in any way, but also, like, statistically, like, you never know. Like, yes, a dad would be
Yeah.
very helpful just as much as a mom, but you don't know for sure if they're a dad. Like, they could just be there, you know, who knows? Well, so I was like, just find another mama and say, I need help finding my mom. I don't know where she is. So, and then another thing, and then it was so funny, like, not even 10 minutes after that, I was over on one side of the playground with Liam and I could see her. And she goes up to this super tall woman, so kind. And she was like, I can't see my mom. Can you help me find her? You're a mom. And I like heard the whole conversation.
You're like, too soon. You have to look a little
Yeah.
bit.
And then, like, the mom is, like, so concerned. She's like, "Oh my god, yes, like, of course." And she's looking around and I'm like, "Hey, I'm right here. Just heard the whole conversation. I'm right here."
You're saying so
Yeah.
literally.
So then I told the mom the same story. I was like, "We just, like, talked about this. I'm so glad she put it into practice already."
Yeah.
And, since then, she's done it twice now. I don't know if she's doing it because like, she likes the idea of it or she, like, truly is looking for me, but then I always coach her in too,
Either
like,
way.
"Lacey, where are you?" Ever since I, like, lost her at the playground at Fernbank for, like, 10 minutes, I couldn't find her, and I was about to go get the security guard and, like, start freaking out. I was like, "Lacey, when I say, 'Lacey, where are you?' you have to say, 'I'm right here, mama.'" And we did it over and
Yeah.
over for, like, 3 weeks straight in the car, like, that was so traumatizing to me, and we did that, like, 3 weeks in a row, and I Steve's gonna listen back to this podcast and be like, "You never told me that," because it was a while ago, and I just didn't want him to, like, think that I couldn't handle being out, and he already worries about me so
Yeah.
much, so I didn't want him to, like, think all the time, like, "Oh gosh, can she handle, kid 2 kids, being a mom of 2?" So I didn't tell him, so he's gonna listen to this and be like, "What?" But ever since then, if I call out, she will say, "Mama, I'm right here," if I can't see her, and she knows she will be in big trouble if she doesn't answer, so long
Yeah.
tangent,
Yeah.
but
No, I think it's so important, especially because when you're traveling, it's more likely that you're going to be doing tourist activities or like more crowded spaces with people you're not familiar with. And so, really like rehearsing and drilling into them beforehand before going in somewhere crowded, what the safety rules are is so important, so valuable, especially around water in the summer. If, waiting for mommy before you can get into the pool or not leaving a certain room without me, I think it is something that you have to really take seriously and comes up a lot more often when you're traveling.
Yeah, for sure. I totally agree, yeah. Okay, last question. Would you say traveling with kids is worth it, or are we all just making memories through the chaos? So, is it traveling with kids worth it?
I say yes, but not if you're looking for relaxation. If you're looking to go on vacation to relax, you're wasting your time. But if you're looking to go on vacation to make positive memories and just spend quality time with your family, I never go on a trip and wish I didn't come. There are moments where I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so hard. I can't believe we went through this much effort to get here. I always walk away with like knowing we did one, at least one really special thing that like really sticks with me. And I think even if you do walk away with one really great moment with your kid, it was worth it. And sometimes it's just like, I just want to get out of my routine. Even if I'm not really enjoying myself, it's nice to not do the same mundane thing every
Yeah,
day.
totally. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's a lot of effort to put into traveling, a lot of like overthinking, all the packing, all of the like travel plans, the expenses, everything going into planning a vacation. You hear people saying all the time, like, okay, I need a vacation from my vacation. Like,
Yeah. Which is so true.
and then
I really
you
feel
get
that
back
every
and like
single time.
your whole routine is off, and then you have to like get them back on their routine. So it's a lot of work, especially with young kids. Like, I'm grateful that my dad travels like to us the past few times because it's hard when they're young. And sometimes people say like, "Oh, travel when they're little, it's so much easier." And I'm like, "No, I don't think so." But I'm not there yet, so I can't
Yeah,
say.
that's true. But and I mean, within reason, like I know my limits. I'm not constantly going places. If I do have a long trip planned, I usually stay home for a while before then. Like I I'm not trying to jet set around the world. When I say go on a trip with your kids, that can mean 2.5 hours away to an apple orchard. Like it doesn't have to be this big hurrah of a trip.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. It's totally worth it. I mean, I wanna make these memories while they're young, especially before school. Like, I couldn't imagine going somewhere now without my kids. Like, I we haven't taken a vacation without them, and I don't know, I don't even remember life much without them now. Like, it's just part of me, you know?
I think it's crazy how that happens. Yeah. I think you should do it though. You can take a break.
Yeah.
You're allowed to take a break.
We're taking a break to go to dinner, for our anniversary coming
That's
up,
great.
but not a vacation. I've never slept away from either one of my kids, I mean, Lacey, except for, like, when I was giving birth to one.
Yeah. Bless your heart. Not that I've done it 2 or 3
Yes, but the
times.
first time I remember texting with you, and you were like, "My mom's making us, like, we're going to do this," but you
Yeah.
did it, and
And
it was
it's
fun.
scary. And you do think about it a lot. I think it makes a huge difference if it's somebody that you
Yeah, that
trust
too.
and you're like, worst case scenario, just keep them alive, you know? Starting out small and a few hours away or a couple hours away where you like know that you can reassure yourself. You're like, well, if there is an emergency, I can be back within 3 hours or whatever it is. That really helped. But I think that like it really helped my husband and I reconnect going on trips without our kids. And you kind of, it takes a minute, but you start to be like, oh my gosh, I miss this
Yeah.
girl. Where has she
Yeah.
been?
I think, yeah, having someone that you trust 100%, like, I have a few, like, people here, like my godmother and my mother-in-law, but, like, my
Yeah.
godmother has her own family, so, like, she's not
It is
able to
hard to
come.
feel like you're burdened.
Yeah, and then my
Yeah.
mother-in-law, like, bless her heart, she works 3 or 4 days a week, but also she's an elderly woman, like, she can't handle 4 days in a row of toddler
Yeah.
constantly on, or baby, like, I would never put that on her. She's near 75, so, like, that's just not gonna work.
It's really
I
hard
don't
to
have
make
any family
happen.
that lives close to me. I mean, my cousin lives in Loganville, which is like an hour, but, like, she's got her own family, so what am I gonna do? Put 2 more kids on top of her 3? Like,
Oh, no. Yeah, it's really hard to find the time, to find the money, to find the people to watch your
yeah.
kids.
Well, and
So, easier said than done.
that's another good point, like, we should come back on here because I have in my notes, like, another podcast episode, like, how marriage has changed for you after having kids or your relationship. So, that will be
Yeah.
another good, like, conversation. I feel like you and I have the similar relationships with our
Yeah.
spouses.
I will have to make them listen. Love it.
Yeah.
Have me back.
Yes. Well, thank you so much. That was our 20 question segments with the Tuckered Mama based off of, all of our traveling experience with toddlers. So I appreciate you, Addie, so much for coming on. Thank you. And
Thank you for letting me come chat with you.
yes,
I hope you didn't hate all of my takes.
no, thank you, thank you. I can't wait to share them on my social media. So if you're not following already, I've got my Instagram up and my Facebook page. And of course, this video will be available on YouTube. You can also listen on Spotify, Apple Music, and Amazon Music. So just tell your Alexa, play the Tuckered Mama podcast, and you will hear us. So from one, nope, not this time, from two Tuckered Mamas to another one. See ya.
Bye.